doesn't text you back, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do with all the emotions that you feel? What do you do about him? Do you message him? In this live, I'm going to talk all about that. What to do if a man doesn't message you back and you're left with literal crickets on the apps, on your phone, in your heart, in your mind, in your life, and you're wondering, oh my God, am I ever going to find the one? This video, this live is going to be all about how to handle if a guy doesn't text you back. So, we're going to talk about three things, but there are loads of things that you can do. But the first one, it's not really a thing you can do. Hi everyone. I Your handles don't have names, so I can't like shout you out, but nice to see Hako Food, Love and Divine 40. Nice to see you. Um Message, like, put in the comments where you are joining me from. I'm in Toronto, Canada, if you don't already know. And it is spring today. It's so gorgeous outside. I can't wait to like be done working behind my desk and going outside. So it's not you, it's him, is my first comment, is my first sort of topic to go into this. It's not you, it's him, usually. And here's why I say usually. Because if you're on the apps and you're just swiping on one guy, or you're on the app and you're filtering through saying no to hundreds of men and only yes to one, and you're lucky enough that he messages you back once you reach out or once he reaches out and he ghosts you, he doesn't text you back, that's on you, girl. That is on you, because you know that I advocate for abundance dating. It is something that I developed after I became single. And I used to just look for one man and then date him and either marry him or waste years or decades of my life being with someone who wasn't the right fit, because I just picked the first person that like looked at me. Have you done that? Yeah, and abundance dating is probably making you feel stuff. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel dishonest. It makes you feel out of integrity. All the feelings, they're just feelings, but they're preventing you from going ahead and messaging multiple men at the same time, and hopefully eventually dating multiple men at the same time. So make it a policy. And I mean, on my YouTube video right here, I can post, I think I can do that on a live. I'll have to ask my team. But definitely below, I will link. So yep, you guys on Instagram, you have to go to YouTube to find my video on abundance dating that explains all the reasons why abundance dating is amazing. I can't go into that here because it's like 13 points or something. But basically, how you get there is you date more people and you make it a policy to date multiple people at the same time by swiping on 15 to 20 men per day. Per day, not per week, per month, or per year. Here is the things. People are so resistant to this, but until you try it, you don't know how it's going to go. And when you're messaging with several men, and ultimately when you're dating several men and one doesn't message you back, you barely notice. You barely notice. You don't even care. And if you do care, you know from experience that you're just able to abundance date, and it's okay. There will be more fish in the sea, right? So it's him because he doesn't realize how amazing you are, but it's you for not taking responsibility and taking charge of your dating game and really putting yourself in a position where you have numbers. You have loads and loads of people in front of you so that you have a higher chance of meeting high quality men who do see your value. You see, what we do is we keep doing the same thing over and over again to validate what we already feel. So if you feel like men don't value you and you're just invisible and people don't call you back, the way you've been doing things in the past will validate that, and then you get to be right. But do you want to be right about how you people don't message you back, or do you want to have results? If you want to have results, do this abundance dating method. You are, just by using a numbers game, much more likely to get a man to message you back. Now, of course, there are methods that you can use in how you communicate to help you accelerate that even further. For example, and this is number 2, feminine communication. So the way you write your dating profile is imperative to getting more responses from men. And the way you communicate with men on the apps and off the apps on dates is going to get men to want to see you more, like more likely want to take you out on another date, more likely going to ask you out on a date in the first place, depending on how you communicate. It's not that you're not worthy or interesting enough for love, or and it's certainly not that you're too old, too overweight, to have been married too many times, you have too many kids. It's not all the things that you actually think it is that is making men ghost you or not text you back or not show up or not ask you out in the first place, or all the other things. It's not those things. It is the fact that you actually don't know how to communicate in the proper way to have men respond in the way that you want them to respond. So it's your responsibility to provide for men what you need to get from them to give them to you. Okay, that did not make sense whatsoever. And because this is a live, I can't edit that out. So, what I'm trying to say is it is your responsibility to land your messaging with the person in front of you. It's your responsibility in every area of your life. It's my responsibility with my kids. I had a really beautiful connecting conversation with one of my daughters this morning. It is sorry, yesterday, it doesn't matter. It is imperative for you to take responsibility on how you land with the other person. Okay. So it's your responsibility. If you are not getting responses from men that you like, it's your responsibility to shift something, because you could go through your life just blaming men and being pissed off. Go ahead. Or you could take responsibility and learn a new skill, have really a lot of fun, and in the meantime, get men to respond to you better. And that's really fun. So your femininity or lack thereof shines through in all your ways of being, including how you be on your dating profile. So your dating profile is an extension of how you are, what you emanate, what kind of vibe you have, right? So if you want to attract high quality masculine men, you're gonna have to shift something if you have never been able to attract high quality masculine men up until now. Something's got to shift, lady. Something's got to shift. So I invite you to work on your femininity. And that is something that I do throughout my courses. And I have videos about it all on my all not on my Instagram, all on my YouTube channel that we will also link below. So that is definitely a method, a tool that will really help you in your life in general, and will certainly help you attract higher quality and better men who are more responsive to you. I also have a dating profile workbook. It's just $27. If you want to grab it, I'll link that below. You'll get an entire guidebook on writing the right kind of dating profile to attract more high quality men, or any in the first place. and exact templates of what to write. So just grab it in the link below if you want it. I believe for Instagram, I believe I have it in my bio, so you can grab it there. Okay. And if you want to learn how to get your guy in 90 days, come to my free masterclass next Wednesday, May 17th. The link will be below the video on YouTube and in the bio. In Instagram, I think I still have to put it in there. And there will be a replay. So if you can't make it live, you can still listen to it. It's just going to be an hour and a half long. It is all the ways that you can get your guy in 90 days. So moving on. Number 3 is learn to calm down your nervous system. Learn to calm down your nervous system. So it is a really, really big topic to go into, but you want to calm down your nervous system to the point where you don't take it so personally when men don't message you, or when you get ghosted, or when a man doesn't reply to you, or when a man doesn't swipe on you, or when a man doesn't ask you on a date. Like, all of these things are so highly charged for most of us and you, that you get so offended by a man who you don't even know not wanting to message with you. So get to the point where you don't care. And that's a nervous system thing. So, and learn to remember that it's not you. If he's not interested in you, why do you want why do you want to force him to be interested in you? Just move on. Next. And if you have an abundance of men, or at least an abundance at your fingertips, and you're confident on the apps because now you've been doing it for a while, then it doesn't matter if someone doesn't message you back, because you're like, buddy, joke's on you, your loss. I am moving on, and I have plenty of men in the sea. And if you're not making the effort to message me, then next, please. Right? That's the attitude that I want you to learn to have. And abundance dating does that on its own, just by getting practice on not being so emotional about a man not doing exactly what you want, even though you don't know him at all. But it bodes really well for a long-term relationship as well, right? I don't control what Jerry does. I like a lot of things he does, and it made me fall in love with him. But when he's not perfect, I'm okay, right? And that stemmed from me learning to be okay when I was dating, when a man didn't have interest in me. Like, if you're not interested in me, honestly, please don't ever come back. Like, why would I want to force someone to have interest in me when it's not coming from them, you know? So get to the point in your nervous system. Hey, Tab. Good friend of mine just joined. And there's 6 of you on YouTube here. Let's see who's here. I can never see it. It's so frustrating. Allison Jones, April March. Oh, hi, you guys. So nice to see you. I guess I do see it, but I can't scroll to see the comments. Anyways, I digress. So learn to calm down your nervous system to the point where it doesn't really matter. There's so much abundance in your life. You're okay if one guy doesn't message you back, even if you really, really like him. Do a lot of self-care in that moment. And I actually, I do have some things that I've tried to really regulate my nervous system. If you are interested, just message me. I won't go into that in this video. If you're interested in regulating your nervous system around these kinds of things, let me know, and I will pass you on to the programs that I have used for that. But a lot will go. It'll go a long way to even just to start abundance dating and using your feminine energy to do a lot of self-care, nurture yourself, and have, that abundance mentality. Because even nurturing and self-care yourself, nurturing yourself and doing self-care is very abundance creating, right? So you have lack when you get emotional and triggered by someone not messaging you back, there is a lack. There is something scary that you are imagining that is going to happen to you for not having of it, right? The not having of someone messaging you. So, um you want to calm down your nervous system to the point where it doesn't matter whether someone messages you or not. All right. I hope this was helpful. And I that's it. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna wrap up this live. Thank you all for coming. It was so lovely to see you guys all come in, and I will see you on the next live next week. Same time, same place. Mwah! Bye for now.